the taxes have already been deducted.
So
how is this relief implemented?
Get this and submit it.
Yeah. So it means that after you've gone through the whole process of filing your tax returns, getting your HR to get you the tax relief card,
yes.
and then going to the Ghana let's say accountant general, you have to send it to the accountant general department, right? For it to
and
be
it is the duty of the HR to do that.
Yes. So until that is done, you cannot have, even if you go personally to file your tax returns, you would not see it being implemented on your payslip.
Exactly.
Okay. It's well understood.
And then let me add this. Those in the private sector, once you get this tax card, at your level, your own payroll, you can incorporate it and then you get a benefit to reduce your taxes. Are you getting it?
Yes.
Because like I said, I have always been doing that. When you go to Professor Bafo facility, I work there. I get this benefit. Gary Marvin, I get it. Headline, I get it. I have other small enterprises at Edum where they give me monthly TNT. All those ones, I send them up and then I implement it there.
Okay, so there's another question that is very interesting here from Dr. Sarah Bafo. She says, I filed my tax returns from all sources for many years. The only result was that I was asked to pay more taxes because the total sum moved into another tax bracket. I was not offered any tax relief ever, even though I had an aged mother living and then children under 18 years. Over to you, Mr. John Owusu.
So, Sarah, it is your duty. You have an obligation to fulfill. GRA will not come and look for you that you are paying more, so we want to reduce it. You're supposed to make the move, get these documents that we listed them during the presentation. Then they will do the calculations on it. It will help you to use it. And the children, even if they are 20 years or 24 years, but they are still in school, university, and you are taking care of them, you can still get the child benefit. Once you show evidence that they are still in school and you are physically paying their school fees, but you're supposed to get this tax relief form. It's a white form. You fill it, HR will endorse it, and then it goes to GRA. They will do the assessment with all the necessary documentation. You mentioned the children's name, where they attend school, their date of birth, and what have you. Then GRA will do the computations and sum it up on the tax credit card. It's a pink one. Asha, I will send mine to you. Then you share it with them. Okay? Then you will see how they have done it there. And in my case, all other private facilities that I work with, I send them up and put them under employer 2. You get employer 1, employer 2. So I use my main full-time place, Konfanochi, as employer 1. Then employer 2, all those facilities that I do part-time, I sum them up to know how much I receive from each one of them at the end of the month, and then add it to get the total in summary. If you don't do that and you don't show evidence, GRA will not do that. So it is up to you. Probably you might have even taken mortgage for your building. You're supposed to do that. And of this Provident Fund, the tier 3 I mentioned, don't forget that one. You can even reduce your basic salary by 16.5%. Assuming your basic is 10,000 every month, and you are reducing it by 16.5% before you tax it. Isn't it good? It means your PAY will come down. So you have to make the move. That's why I mentioned the fact that your right to information. Go to GRA, ask relevant questions. They will help you to get this needed document, and then you submit them accordingly. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Owusu. There's another question here about the tax relief application. Is it an annual event or is it a one-time application? Is it an annual event?
I even mentioned that I personally do mine between November and December and get it implemented beginning the year, the ensuing year. So 2025 one, I got the document signed by December 18th. Okay. And I have
Yeah.
started the implementation from January.
Okay. I think we have answered all the questions on the chat box. Okay, there's one that says that I registered my company, but I have not started operations. Do I have to file taxes? What is it?
Yes. So you get accountant to prepare financial statement for you. You get audit firm to certify that you have made zero expenses, because the account will show no revenue, but it should be nil. Yeah, all part of the process. You file it just to tell GRA that you have not started the business yet. Because even at times, if you don't do this, when you want to bid for contract, my uncle recently approached me. He registered a business somewhere in 2018 and he got government appointment. So he couldn't use it to do any business. Now he's retired. So he wanted to use that one and he got opportunity through Tallow Oil. We have to prepare 3-year financial statement, even though he has not done any operations, but you should prepare it, follow the accounting principles for auditor to certify. And when he got it, he just bid for that and then he got it. He's going to render engineering services to Tallow Oil. So whether you operate or not, you must still file the tax returns. Zero returns, we call it zero returns. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Osu. I don't see any new questions in the chat box.
I have seen one there. He said,
okay.
How do I get my facility to pay all withholding taxes on allowances?
Okay.
So they will show you evidence that they file it and GRA has issued a receipt. You know, they are paying it on your behalf. So if you don't do that and they deduct it, if they don't pay and they chop it, it's against you. So you must ask. Let them show you evidence that they have filed your annual, your monthly returns on your allowances. The February one, we did it yesterday. My facilities, for example, we did all of them yesterday. And once you upload it and then you pay, GRA issues a receipt and it is downloaded online instantly.
All right. So I think that this is to say that we need to actively engage auditors, accountants to help us to, as it were, sanitize the taxation bit of maybe our ins and outflows when it comes to the money affairs. There's a question here about persons who reside less than 183 days in Ghana within a tax year, that they are not required to pay income tax or they are exempted. Will that be the same for tax returns? If you are not paying, you're not qualified to pay tax because of your time spent in Ghana, does it also exempt you from filing for tax return or filing your tax returns as well?
Okay. Yes, this is, I think I should have thrown more light to this. Assuming you are a director of your private hospital, okay, you don't reside in Ghana. You don't. The law says that before you can become a shareholder or a director of a company, you must cumulatively spend 183 days in Ghana. Otherwise, you have violated the company laws, right? So if you are earning income in Ghana, whether it is less than 183 days or not, it is not tax exemption. So far as the money is being earned in Ghana, you must pay tax on it. But here I mentioned it briefly for you to understand that if you have opened up your own facility but you don't live in Ghana, to be able to meet the requirement, you must make sure that you put your name on the payroll so that will save you from violating the Company Act. And then again, if you are earning income, you cannot tell me that because you did not spend 183 days, you are exempt. No. So far as the money is being earned in Ghana, assuming you have buildings, you rented it out. Once the monies are being earned in Ghana, you must pay rent tax on it. Assuming you are a shareholder of Achumam Ponya Rural Bank and they have declared dividend and you are not in Ghana, your dividend that they have declared, your portion is subject to tax. They will deduct it before they even give you the net. That is the tax law. So when you read the Income Tax Act, you know the exemptions is under Section 7. Exemption. I will send it to Aisha and then your executives to share it with you. Take your time and read these specific areas. And then you follow up to the general principles that will help you to understand the rules.
Okay, we have it's time, right? But there's one from one of our very old colleagues. He says that I think one Dr. Edusa.
Mm-hmm.
I am 82 and come check my private facility. I receive my basic salary by payroll. And rest of salary still pending from 2020. Kindly, I don't really understand the question. If Dr. Edusa is online, he could unmute and probably ask his question. Let's indulge Dr. Edusa. I know we have exceeded our time. We will soon be rounding up. Yes. If Dr. Edusa could unmute and give his submission, or Mr. Wusu, do you understand the question?
Yes, probably he wanted to know whether he's entitled to aged dependent or old age benefits. That is old age relief. Yes, once you are 60 years old, you must file the returns, get these forms filled, and then GRA approves it. You give it to your employer. They will deduct that component from your income before they tax you. That will minimize your tax burden.
Yeah, thank you. I think that is it. You have answered his question. We have come to the end of a very interesting discussion and very, very important topic on taxation. You have highlighted a lot of things, how we can sanitize our tax issues, tax planning, tax avoidance is permissible. Tax evasion is a criminal offense.
Sure.
So many nitty-gritties in how to make your taxable income lower. But the take home for majority of us who are not private or facility owners is that we need to actively engage the HRs and proactively as a union or as a group, either as GMA or in the facilities, the leadership must consider taking up a collective effort to get these things done at certain points in time, and then also try to facilitate at the accountant general to get the tax certificates. Okay,
Asha, let me come in. Let me come in with this. I have seen Dr. Abna Yabua Disipoku, my good friend. Sister, I'm happy that you are putting this.
Yes, I'm here.
Across.
I'm here. Yes, I'm
That's
here.
why I said that you should come together as a group. You know, HR is fond of doing that. They don't know and they are not ready to listen. For example, let me tell you my story, just 30 seconds. 2022, when I went to controller and then get these things done, including my disability allowance, could you believe that the HR director told the former CEO that I forged documents and they were trying to use it against me because he didn't understand it? Dr. Nyami came to my end several times and I said that form an alliance, get this document done, put cover letter on it. As a group, we may be forced to do the writing. It is HR's duty through their compensation office to send this tax relief to controller. Anytime you try, they say, oh, minister, they don't know and they are not ready to listen. But when you form a group and you come together, you'll be able to conquer. And that's what I do. Me, I always use Ghana Federation of Physically Challenged. That's my group that I join. So everything that I'm entitled to, I pass it through their end, and controller implements it. GMA, you have a big platform. When you speak, they listen. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Please,
John.
can we get the
Also,
resource person's contact?
yes. So we would share the slides afterwards. I would kindly ask on our leadership, the GMA Ashanti presidents and executives, if they have any announcements to make before we close the meeting. So any announcements from the GMA leadership?
Aisha,
Yes.
I have seen an interesting thing. Can you help me just 2 minutes to help the person?
Mr. Usu, we would continue the discussions afterwards. Maybe the person can drop his number, and then we'll do that. There are so many.
That's fine.
I think things that, yes, but we need to work within time. Okay, so I say, as the power invested in me as the CPD chair and the host for this event, we thank Almighty God for a very successful presentation. We thank Mr. John Owusu as well for such a passionate and exciting dissertation of this topic. Yes, and addressing it as practically as possible. We really appreciate it. We would make slides available through your emails, hopefully in time, and then the recording as well will be made available. We would have to engage actively the GMA leadership, or at our various facilities, the HR, the leadership should engage the HR to get this done for every one of us. We earn, and we also are very responsible individuals who also have a lot of responsibilities, and hence a lot of benefits and reliefs that we need to file. I will call this meeting to a close. I thank every one of our 590 plus participants who made time to stay on and then be part of this event. Thank you very, very much, and I hope you have a lovely evening. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.